Welcome. Tonight's program will dive deep into fringe knowledge of lost, hidden, and suppressed truths about the nature of our reality. The decoding process can be uncomfortable and at times frightening. However, you are not alone on this journey of understanding. Welcome to the Shadow Band podcast, and welcome home.
So tiny. Are we ready?
We are recording.
Recording.
This is right in front of you again. I gotta stop doing that.
Oh, so I can't see you?
Yeah, look right through the bar.
I want to see your face.
So, what is up? Hello.
Shh.
Again, like I didn't say hello to you when I came in.
Yeah. I don't know what's up. What's up?
Isn't that always awkward?
What?
They were all like, hey,
Pretending like we just got here. Yeah. How's it going? I haven't talked to you in like so long.
Yep. Did you get your booster yet?
Nope.
Canceled.
Look, yeah.
Creamer, did you get your booster yet?
That's a negative.
You don't have to turn the fader up every time. You could just hit the mute button.
I'll do what I want.
Okay, I'm just trying to help you.
Don't tell the tech guy how to do his job, Jeffrey. I do have to say, I've been kind of like MIA the past like 2 weeks or whatever, because my uncle passed away. And, I thought he had gotten the booster. He didn't. He got his second dose of the Pfizer vaccine, and he died like 6 days later. Just saying.
Unexpectedly.
Yeah, like unexpected.
Like
very sudden.
Not dying already.
No, he was not sick. He was not
Yep.
anything. He just died.
First of all, that sucks.
Yeah.
Second of all, safe and effective. Super safe and effective.
And yeah, here's the thing. After his first dose, I remember him saying like he was having like chest pains and like just felt like the air was really thick. Like he just felt like he couldn't catch his breath or breathe. And he was like just talking so much crap. I shouldn't have gotten it because he didn't want to get it really. So he waited a really long time to get the second dose. I don't even know if they like work if it's that far apart. I honestly don't know if it makes a difference or not, because I know you're supposed to do it like what, a month?
I don't know.
A month? I don't know because I didn't get it, and it's been so long
They
since.
keep changing everything changes.
Yeah. So anyways, the first one he got was in July, and then he just got the second dose in January. So it really was a long time in between the two doses. That's why I thought it was his booster, because I had assumed he had gotten the second dose already. And then this time he was saying the same thing, like felt like he couldn't catch his breath, all this stuff, but he's like not the type that's going to go to the doctor. And
same.
And then yeah.
Well, sucks that he died. Sorry about your own.
Yeah. I just like makes me stand even more firm though in my decision, that's for sure.
I feel like
not the other way around.
The lines in the sand have been drawn at this point.
Yeah.
I think it's been so long and enough people have had their own, everybody's got their opinion solidified by now. So the line in the sand has been drawn. I feel like the people who are going to get it are getting it. The people who aren't going to get it aren't going to get it. And there's nothing that's going to sway those people.
You think?
Yeah.
I mean, there's still people that are getting it.
Do you think there's still people going out getting their first jabs?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
Yeah, but maybe for different reasons.
Maybe because they're being like forced, they're being coerced into doing it.
Yeah, like people are like, oh, I'm going on a cruise, got to get my vaccines.
I bet you if there was
I think the lines in the sand are drawn more for the people now that did get it. They're like, I'm not getting the booster. Even though they got the first two, they're like, but I'm not going to do a third.
I don't know. Either way, I'd like to see somehow like the numbers. Like how many people are getting their first one now
Yeah.
strictly out of wanting to do it. No forced, no nothing.
Yeah.
Like
That's true.
I would bet
The
money.
people that were fully invested got it
Oh, yeah.
in the beginning.
Yeah, it's been long enough now, but who knows?
Now it's for
Whatever.
other reasons, probably.
Here's the thing: is like I'm bored of the COVID thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like not even just doing the show. We've talked about it every episode, but
Mm-hmm.
just in general, like it's boring now.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, there's a new stealth Omicron variant. It's like, I don't care.
Yeah, it's
dude.
like, yeah,
Nobody
I don't pay
cares
attention
anymore.
anymore.
There's so many other things going on. And honestly, for like the last month, I haven't even really been doing like deep dives into anything. I haven't even been like looking into conspiracies like I normally do. I haven't even really been listening to like the conspiracy podcasts that I normally listen to in the last like 2 months. We just had like so many other things going on with work and moving and blah,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. I'm just like
Same.
kind of been out of it for a little while. And I've been trying to like pull myself back from social media lately. So like I haven't been posting on Instagram hardly at all. Facebook, like a lot less than I was. Like I'm just trying to pull out a little bit, you know,
Live in the real world.
live out of the metaverse. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but whatever. I don't know. We're back on TikTok though.
So meta.
So I'm probably going to get sucked back into TikTok again. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to try to break the record.
Go viral again.
Yeah.
And then get banned.
Yep.
The most bands.
The
Is that what we're
most,
going for?
yeah, the most TikTok permanent bans by one user.
Well, now we know. All you got to do is go get a new phone and you're back in
Yeah,
business.
that's it. You're good to go. Yeah, it's crazy.
How do we want to start with the reviews? Or
Yeah, let's start with the review. You got
Okay.
it? Read
I
it.
got
I know
it.
you wanted to read it.
I
so
got two. Well,
let's do it.
we'll go with the first one is just a new person, and it's a review that I thought was great on YouTube. It's not even a review,
not even a
actually.
5-star
It's a
review, but-
comment. Who's texting me? Oh. Okay, so it says, this is from Matt Penner. So if you're listening, this one's for you.
Shout out to Matt Penner. Penner?
It said, I recently found this podcast on Spotify about a month ago. I really enjoy the topics and the content is excellent. The Old Scary World episode was one of the best interviews I've ever heard, and Jeff has really grown on me as well.
Thanks, Matt.
My only constructive criticism is if Jeff could maybe cut back on the foul language. Thank
Fuck.
you. And God bless. So I sent this to Jeffrey and I was like, you potty mouth. Like, you know, but I think we're well balanced. I say no foul language, so I'm here for those people and you're here for majority of the world.
I speak from the heart, okay? I don't know if you guys noticed, but the first like 10 episodes we did, I didn't curse at all. Like
Oh,
if
you
you go
had your
back
filter
and
on
watch,
a little more?
yeah, if you go back and watch like the early episodes, like I wasn't cursing. I was purposely trying to not curse, but it was hard.
Because when you start talking about Bill Gates,
When you get mad.
Look, I like to speak from the heart. This is how I speak. Sorry, Matt, right? Matt's his name.
Yep.
Matt, sorry. But no, I'm not. I'm not sorry. But I will try.
Sorry, not sorry.
I will try a little bit. For
I mean,
you.
maybe you can just like stop with like one of the worst words you use. I
I'm
don't
still
know.
trying to work on the, you know what I mean?
Know what I mean? You know.
You know?
You know.
See, I should just own it, right?
Do people call you out for that?
Yeah, somebody did.
Do I say anything?
No,
that
it was
people-
on Podbean.
Oh, mine's like weird. That's so weird.
It was on Podbean or Podchaser. We got a review, and it was like, I'm getting really sick of your, you know what I means?
Bye, Felicia.
I was like, okay, you know?
You know what I mean? I can't stop. You know what I mean?
Well, a lot of people say like a lot.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of people who just they like, or people say It's like a word. There's words
It's
that people have.
space filler when you're thinking.
Exactly. And mine is, you know, or you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Yeah, the other part that I loved about that comment is that you had to grow on him.
Yeah. What was that about, Matt?
He didn't have anything to say about me, so I felt like, you know what I mean? That
What?
he probably liked me more.
Matt, if you're listening or
Probably the only
watching,
person.
we're gonna have to put this on YouTube because that's where Matt's comment is. So this has got to go on YouTube. So Matt,
Yeah.
here's it again, Matt.
No, he said he found us on Spotify.
Oh,
though.
okay. Well, thanks for watching on Spotify. Yeah, cheers to Matt.
You're not in the camera.
He's not in camera. He just cheers you, Matt.
He just cheers you.
But yeah, tell
Cheers
me
the camera.
what it was that I wasn't there, and then like I grew on you. Like I want to know. I'm interested. DM me.
But I mean, he gave you a really good compliment that the one Old Scary World was the best interview he's ever seen.
That dude is legit, by the way. For people who don't know, Old Scary World, you can find him on YouTube as well. He's got like multiple thousand subs, and his Instagram is huge. But that dude's legit. Mm-hmm. That dude is legit. We talked. You guys listened to that one, right? It was just like flow. You know, he'd say something about whatever, space is fake, and then it'd be a whole thing, and then he'd just go into like that dude's legit. I want to talk to him again.
Yeah. So the other
Digital Assassin
review, Digital Assassin is back.
Oh, here we go. Digital fuckface. Sorry, Matt.
I love this guy. He just always gives us something to laugh about, though.
That's good. Let's go. Let's hear it.
You know what I mean? I think I say it too.
You know?
I just did it. Or maybe I'm like hyper aware now.
Let's hear what Digital has to say today.
All right. Updated. The title. Updated.again.lol. And he actually gave us 5 stars this time.
Thanks.
So it brought our ratings back up.
Thank
so, it's like, even if you got to, oh my gosh, I can't stop. Okay. Yeah. So anyways, if you're going to leave us a bad review, at least give us 5 stars.
Thanks, Digital. Let's hear it.
All right. Here it is. I haven't read this one yet. Show went from a hard-hitting conspiracy show to a variety show for any new age grifter trying to plug their own show and peddle their feel-good chaff. Come for the first few episodes. Stay for the woo and Star Wars metaphors. The community is not one that you change. It changes you. This show has gotten into the wrong circles, but the host is cool. Singular. Don't know who he's talking about.
Definitely Creamer.
But to be honest, and I really mean this, with what's going on in the world, there isn't room for feel good anymore. I mean, mainstream media and every streaming service tries to anesthetize you to what's going on. The guy just needs to internalize that more. He was onto something, but he went for a variety. I hope he reels it back because he did a phenomenal job on many of these episodes. Digital Assassin, you need to edit your stuff because you spelled so many things wrong.
You can't spell. But here's the thing. You're right, kind of.
So he was talking about you, not me.
Yeah, he's right, kind of. Because, the first, 20 episodes or something were just like me coming in hot with
we didn't really have any guests.
Deep stuff. Right. We weren't doing guests and stuff. But you got to understand, when we were doing that, we were getting like 50 listens on our episodes, which is fine.
Well,
it's
he's
not
basically calling you like a sellout, right?
I'm a sellout, even though we're not monetized and we're not making any money off of this, period. The only money we make is people who literally donate and people who buy merch, which honestly is not very much. It takes months for us to make $50, okay? So there's no sellout here. But in doing those interviews with other shows and other, guests or whatever, like our reach went from 50 downloads to what are we at, like 1,000 a week now or something, which isn't even that many, but compared
like
to
a constant.
Yeah, we're upticking. So that's the whole point. And also, you know what I mean? It's like helping other people out.
Right.
If
it's
somebody
like
hits
community
me up,
and not why does it have to be negative to like share your reach with other people and vice versa?
Here's my suggestion, and I've suggested this 100,000 times. If you, Digital Assassin, have a topic that you think is interesting, join the Discord, join the Patreon, join the Facebook, the Instagram, or the wherever, and just say, yo, talk about Project Stargate, talk about the Looking Glass Project, talk about whatever it is that you want to hear about, right? Don't get mad that I'm not deep diving a conspiracy every episode. It takes a lot, because like if you go back and listen to those episodes, I was going deep And that's because
Right.
of like years of knowing these things. So it gets to a point to where it's like, I've already used up all that ammo. So now I have to like look at current events, like what's happening now in the world. Like, oh, I have to bring somebody on who has a
Different points of view.
Exactly.
Different topics. I mean, yeah.
I have a job.
what?
I got a girlfriend. I got 2 jobs actually. And it's like, I don't have time to sit all day and deep dive a new topic for each episode and come in here hot like it was the first 10 episodes. I wish I could. If more of you people like Digital Assassin would donate to the show or buy our merch, I could do that.
Yeah.
But I can't.
So true.
But thanks for the 5 stars anyways. And the comment.
Yeah. I mean, at least this comment's a little more constructive criticism than the last ones.
Yeah.
So, and we're all for that. Like you said, if you have a suggestion on what you want to hear, like, let us know. But you can't just like be negative and then give us nothing to kind of guide us on what the people want.
Yep. Pretty much.
Anyways, Digital Assassins.
Digital Assassins coming in hot. And, you know, just to call you out a little bit, Digital Assassin,
What's your real name?
you still listen to the show. So, you know, it's falling apart and we're sellouts, but you still tune in, right? So I guess it ain't that bad.
Well, look, we do what we want.
Haters gonna
Period.
hate.
We have a good time. We do what we want.
This is our show.
And yeah,
America.
we're not here to please everybody, but we appreciate
It's
the
not
5
even,
stars.
it's not possible. So to have that mentality like, oh, we have to make everybody happy, it's just not.
Yeah,
we do what we want.
We'll make an episode. We'll make a
YOLO.
whole bunch of episodes that are like so serious, and somebody will be like, yeah, "You guys are too serious. Just have fun with it. Jeez, you're not even making any money at this."
I like that voice.
So, yeah,
But yeah, just tell me what you want, Digital. All right?
yeah, we're always open for suggestions,
Yeah,
and we
tell me
appreciate
what
your
you want.
feedback. So,
Or come on the show. I
No.
always
Yeah,
tell this
we
to
would
people
love
too.
to have you as
People
a
who
guest.
disagree or hate or don't whatever. Come on the show, dude. We'll do a Zoom call. You can Zoom you in, and we'll talk.
what if he's a Fed though?
He probably is. That's a thing. We were going to talk about this, right? The
Perfect
feds.
transition.
The feds.
Yeah, so we have all this Fed stuff going on, man. And then what's her face? The head. Was it the head of the FBI?
Yeah, getting grilled by Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you interfere? Did you blah, blah, blah? I can't answer
We're
that.
going to need some more context because I've not heard about
Okay,
this.
so check this out. There's a guy. His name is Ray Epps.
Okay.
Ray Epps was at the quote-unquote insurrection, okay? He was there on January 6th and the day before January 6th. And there's videos of this dude literally saying things like, we got to go into the Capitol. Okay? He's essentially inciting this insurrection to happen. Okay? So when there's a video of him saying this in the crowd of people. He said, we got to go into the Capitol. And then everybody starts chanting, Fed, 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 right? Because obviously the people who went there initially weren't trying to get into, it wasn't the goal. The goal was to go protest outside of the Capitol. And then if there's people, we'll get into it, that cause the mayhem, and then the mob mentality takes over, and it creates a big problem. So Ray Epps was one of these dudes. He was inciting the actual breaking into the Capitol. And the FBI puts this dude on the most wanted list. And all this, right, goes on. Come to find out, after some time goes by, they scrub his name off the list. He was never charged with anything, nothing. So you got people who are sitting in solitary confinement for like the last year or whatever.
Or getting shot in the face.
Who literally, like, you know, we've all seen the videos. They get into the Capitol. They're walking between the velvet ropes. Like, it's not like they went in there and torched the place.
Right.
Of course, there was some dildos.
It's not like the cops didn't open the
Yeah.
barricades.
The cops open the doors. People go in. They walk in between the lines. They go, and then they throw some papers around, and a few people, you know, one guy jacks the podium, whatever. Okay. Yeah. But there's people in prison right now for like being on the steps that never even went in. There's people, you know, like Owen Schroyer. Alex Jones just had to testify. And
One of the kids I grew up with got arrested from here. I wonder what happened after that.
He's probably sitting in solitary right now. Who knows? Oh. But the point is, Ray Epps never got charged, and he got scrubbed off the thing. So people were like, yo, this guy is probably a Fed. He's probably the FBI or somebody. Okay. causing the mayhem, agent provocateurs. Like they send people in to start the mayhem so that the government or the authority or whatever has the, what's the word I'm looking for? Like they have good justification to crack down.
Right.
Okay. So that's basically what it was. So now Ted Cruz, a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, if that, is questioning the director of the FBI. I believe it was the director. I think it was the director of the FBI. Questioning was about Ray Epps, and then goes into more questions. Was there any, FBI agents at the Capitol on January 6th? I can't answer that question. Okay. Was there any... And he basically asked that question in 10 different ways. He says, how many are there? Did there? Were there? Was there? Like the whole line to try to get an answer.
Right.
And the only answer he got was, I can't answer that.
He specifically asked, has the FBI incited violence among the citizens?
I can't answer that.
Which in legal speak is yes.
It's like it's not even like I plead the fifth, because like that's a constitutional right. So like people are saying that about Alex Jones when he testified the other day about this, and literally like I think he pled the fifth over 100 times. Okay, and when they were asking him questions, like I plead the fifth.
Well, here's the difference though. You can plead the fifth,
right?
Because you're a person,
right?
But the director of the FBI is an agency,
right?
So she wouldn't be implicating herself necessarily. So technically, it doesn't apply to her because she's an entity. She's representing an entity. So she does not. The entity does not have the right to invoke the Fifth Amendment.
I have no problem with the Fifth Amendment. I think it's a good thing. I shouldn't have to be forced to implicate myself in a crime. So I'm not saying Alex Jones did anything wrong by doing that 100 times. I think he did exactly what he should have done.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's like I'm not going to play your game.
Right, but it's like director of FBI, you're held to a different standard. Like you should answer the question.
Yeah, because she's answering on behalf of an agency.
Right.
Agencies are not exempt from that.
So that's how she can't plead the fifth, but I can't answer that.
Pretty much.
How does that hold up though?
Listen, so their excuse is we can't comment on an ongoing investigation.
Oh, that stupid crap. What?
That's the whole JFK thing. They just leave it. No, it was the Biggie.
Oh, yeah.
Was it Biggie?
Yeah.
Tupac. It was Tupac. They left the Tupac case open for decades, so they didn't have to, because there was feds in that.
No, it was the Biggie.
Biggie.
The movie was about Biggie.
Was it Biggie?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we watched like a documentary on it.
No, it wasn't a documentary. It had Johnny Depp in it, bro. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, that's right. I watched a separate documentary. That was real.
It felt real.
This dude's watching Pirates of the Caribbean like,
oh my God.
dude, this is a great documentary.
Like, that's Johnny Depp. He is an actor.
That's so funny.
They did a documentary. There's apes on a planet they took over.
But it was based on a true story.
That's gold.
Sorry.
But yeah, basically they're saying the
There was
feds were involved.
Feds involved with death row records, and there was
Yeah.
police involved in death row records and like their little gangs or whatever. And they left the investigation open for like 20 something years.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I've said this before, that the intelligence agencies will infiltrate any movement and every movement, right? So back in the hippie days in the 60s, they had like the anti-war movement and all this, and like the feds infiltrated that to cause violence at protests and turn protests into riots to give the government reason to crack down. And this has happened many times. I mean, it happened in the Occupy Wall Street movement. It happened in the BLM riots. It happened on January 6th. I mean, you pick, and not even just in the United States, around the world, pick a protest or a big movement like that, and I would say, this is me speaking, just my bet is that almost all of them have agent provocateurs of some kind. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean they have to be agents. They could be like informants for agents, or just paid civilians from some black budget agency. Who knows? Like, so the governor, I forget where this was, but this was pretty recent. I think it was the governor of, I'm not even going to say a state because I don't remember which state it was, but there was a plot to kidnap the governor. And I think there was like 23 or 25 individuals involved in this plot. And most of them were FBI informants. So, and they got busted for that. Like, so that's a prime example of them sending people in on purpose to cause a problem.
Right.
So like, same with the BLM riots. So in a lot of those BLM riots, after George Floyd, they were protests at first. They were, peaceful protests to begin with. And then, of course, here comes a handful of individuals, 5 people maybe 10 people, right? Of course, everybody's masked and all. You don't know who it is that looks like everybody else.
Right.
And then they throw a brick through a window, and then they light a cop car on fire. And then now, next thing you know, you got the mob mentality. Everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
It was the governor of Michigan.
Governor of Michigan. I was going to say Wisconsin. I would have lost.
Fail.
Governor of Michigan. But yeah, the BLM riots thing, there was actually BLM protesters noticing people doing that, right? Like these provocateurs. They noticed these provocateurs doing this, and they would subdue them. And they would call them out, and there'd be cops around, and they'd say, look, this guy's causing a problem. This guy's causing a problem.
Yeah.
So even the BLM protesters, the peaceful ones, saw what was happening in real time and were like, grab that dude. He's throwing bricks or whatever.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Well, then what was the deal with the Fed barbecue? That like
Only
tailgate
Feds?
looking thing. Yeah, where like all the Feds showed up and they were all in like cut off
Yeah.
jeans.
Okay. So that was, what was that?
I've seen something about this.
I think that was the Justice for the January 6th March or something. I don't remember the exact name of it, but it was something about, justice for the people who are being imprisoned for January 6th. And there was like a bunch of shit on social media about like, oh, let's go, everybody come, we're going to go protest about this thing. Well, of course, people are smarter than people give them credit for. And everybody was like commenting on these posts and stuff like, don't go. This is a setup, just like January 6th was a setup. Don't go. So almost nobody went except the feds. So then there was pictures of these dudes who were clearly feds. Like you could tell by the way they were dressed. They all had the same watch on.
This is what the people would look like
they're
if
all
they came
fit
here.
and slick looking. They got like the
Nice
real
hair.
tight fades and nice hair all slick to the sides, earpieces secretly tucked in.
All wearing, but they were wearing like Hawaiian shirts and the shorty short, like bro shorts. You would think that maybe they were just out there to get like a double IPA or something, but no, they were actually the feds. And then the only person who was arrested that day was actually an FBI agent.
Wow.
They arrested their own dude. And why would you arrest somebody? Because they were causing problems. But he was actually an agent. Prime example of agent provocateurs. If now imagine if 50,000 people showed up to that event.
Right.
And then that one guy started something, and now 5 people are doing it, and 25 people, and so on and so forth. Now you have a riot, and now there's a whole other reason that we can just bombard the news cycle with these right-wing conspiracy theorists.
Crazy. What else?
Piece
Give
of
us
cake.
more examples.
And there was the
Tiki
little,
Torch
the
March.
Patriot March or whatever that was.
Was that what it's called? The Patriot
I don't
March?
know, something like
Okay,
that.
so there was another march. See if you can look that one
Recently?
up. Yeah, this was
It was
recently too.
late last year.
There was a march. He's going to find out exactly what it was. And there was this group
Yeah,
of
Patriot Front's DC March.
Patriots Front, whatever you just said. There was a group of dudes. Were they walking with torches? I don't remember.
I think so.
Whatever they were doing, they were marching, and everybody was like, look, it's white supremacists. It's white supremacists. And they all get like in the back of a U-Haul truck and like leave together at some point. But people analyzed these videos, and they were like, wait a minute. All of these dudes are fit. They're all within the height requirements for like, whatever agency they were breaking
Height
down.
and weight requirements.
Exactly. And then they were all dressed like the same. Like it was very organized, and it was just almost, there's no way to know for sure, but it's like another damn near obvious example of here's a bunch of feds stirring the pot to get people, to do stupid shit.
It's crazy.
Like they would, I believe that probably this whole operation, like starting to infiltrate movements, started off like innocently enough. Like, oh, let's get in there. Let's make sure things don't get too crazy, or let's get in there and make it crazy. So that way it like puts a bad taste in the mouth of most people that would join it, most sensible people that would join it. We don't want it to get too, if it appeals to most of the people in the center, then you have more people that are going to join it. But if it gets crazy left or crazy right, you just cut off 70% or 80% of the people that are going to join it.
Yeah.
So it's impossible to start a movement of any kind.
Well, the other side of it too is like, divide and conquer, right? So I'm not even just saying that only like left wing people are doing these agent provocateur things. It happens from both sides.
For sure.
So you might have, like I was saying with the BLM riots, those BLM protests start as protests, and then who knows, maybe it's agent provocateurs, meaning people from agencies, alphabet agencies going and doing it, or it could just be some like hardcore MAGA dudes or whatever going dressed up as Antifa to start shit to make Antifa look worse than they are. Not to say that they're not or whatever. I'm just saying like, so it goes both ways. And this has been done since probably the beginning of time. I mean, if you think about it, it's the perfect way to like be able to point the finger justly and be like, look what these people did. Now we got to crack down on these people. And the whole time it was the other guys who started it, or it was the Asians who started it.
It's like the same thing we accuse Russia of doing and China. Like, oh, they came over here and they started all this internet beef. It's like the top, what was it? The top like 10 or 20 Christian Facebook pages are all troll farms.
Yeah, I think out of the top, I might be wrong about the numbers, but I think it was out of the top 20, 19 were all like
troll farms.
Troll farms
run by bots.
Yeah. So if you're on Facebook right now and you're in one of these like massive like Christian pages, right? As much good memes and things as you get out of it, you'll see stuff that pisses you off. You'll be like, oh, they're putting this or this out there, and that's whatever. Like that's a troll farm. You're being trolled by Russian bots or Chinese bots or probably even American bots, because we're doing it not only to them but to ourselves as well. They try to create division as much as possible, because again, if I'm fighting with you, we're not fighting with them.
Right. Or, too distracted to see what's really going on.
You like that? It's like philosophical type stuff. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? That's deep.
It's true, man. Or think about BLM riots again. There was pallets of bricks. You guys remember this? Yeah, there was like in these cities where these protests were happening, like these hotspot protest cities.
They got some extra bricks in right before.
People have videos. It was a big thing. They were finding big pallets of bricks where there shouldn't be bricks. Like there was no construction anywhere.
Oh, look, here's a Molotov cocktail.
Exactly.
Thank you.
It's like, here's ammo for anarchy. Do what you will with it so that we can come in and be the heroes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's obvious to me at this point when I see these kinds of things. I'm like, yo, like the insurrection thing. It's like, how many tens of thousands of people were there?
And how many pictures of that dude in the Buffalo, whatever it was?
Oh, yeah.
They found pictures of him all over the place, or people that look really, really like him. But it's kind of hard to argue with some of them.
I forget what his title is, but there was another guy that's seen in the crowd in January 6th walk by a camera, plain as day, and it turns out he's like a, top, I think it was DC police or something. Like, there's people found the pictures. They're like, look, here's him in uniform, and then here's him walking through the crowd, and it's like, maybe he was just there to make sure nobody had like a bomb or something. Because look, this is the other thing too. If you've got like 50,000 or however many people were at January 6th going to the Capitol to protest, of course, the government is going to have people intermingling to make sure nobody's got like a tactical nuke on them or something. So it's like, okay, I get that. You don't know what to expect, so you got to have some sort of security, covert security going on. But then you got guys like Ray Epps who are like, we got to go into the Capitol. And it's like, okay, who's this guy? Yeah, who's this guy? How come he's not charged?
Yeah, I mean, even though it's like so obvious to us, there's still so many people though that just think it all is like legit the way the government wants us to see it, you know, like, and they really believe it, not just like, yeah, they're like, January 6th was so horrible, blah, blah, blah. Like, just, I mean, I remember, it's just crazy to me, like, that people
compare it to Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, they
9/11,
can't look at it and see
the gall
see the
of
signs.
some people.
This was as bad as, who said that? I forget who. Somebody said this is as bad. January 6th was as bad as Pearl Harbor or 9/11. It's like,
how many hundreds and thousands of people died in those two?
Yeah, I mean, did anybody die January 6th? I can't even remember.
One lady got
shot. Just the one that
there was
got
like, I think
shot.
6 people died.
Yeah.
The one lady who got shot, I think one guy like fell off the wall while he was climbing. Another guy had like a heart attack. But like there was one person who was like murdered, like killed.
Right,
and
like
it was
people weren't
An
really,
unarmed lady
yeah.
was shot by a congressional police. I don't know what are they? DC police.
DC police
in
or
the
Secret
face
Service
from
or something.
behind a barricade.
Yeah.
Guess who's not in jail?
Yeah. No.
That guy.
Okay, so this is another one of those topics where it's like, it's kind of like the chemtrails thing or the 5G thing. It's like this is something that we should all be concerned about. I mean, you know, again, going back, like liberals used to be anti-establishment, anti-government, authoritarianism, all these things. And here you have the authority stirring the pot on both sides. So yeah, they're going to, and I've heard this already where they're like, oh, right-wing conspiracy theorists think that Ray Epps was an FBI agent. And it's like, what about the people who stirred the pot at the BLM protests and then caused the big thing and now everybody hates BLM because there was riots? It's like, you should be on our side with this because they do it to you too. They do it to us, they do it to you, they do it to all of us. So it's like, wake up.
That's the method, though, right? It's like all they have to do is they say, oh, it's right-wing conspiracy theorists. And then anybody who's on the left is like, I can't believe that. Oh, and they'll do the same thing. They'll be like, this left march and it turned violent. And it's like, there was no agent provocateurs there. It's like all they have to do is label it the one thing. And you're like, I'm on the other side.
Yeah, it's simple. Simple. I can run a country. Give me black budget money and an alphabet agency with immunity, and I can do these things because it's so easily done to people who are stupid, which is most people.
That's true.
Most people are stupid.
They really
I'm
are.
stupid in a lot of ways.
Not me. Just kidding.
Not Jade. Not Jade. Well, that's
I'm
the thing.
so smart.
Everybody's got their own shit going on, right? So everybody's got a job, or not everybody, but everybody's got things going on.
Don't generalize people, Jeffrey.
And some people spend all day on TikTok or playing video games or whatever it is. People have things going on. So people don't look into this stuff. And this goes back to episode 1 where I'll talk about anything crazy and it's like, what? And it's like, look, this is public information. He finds it and it's like, but nobody cares to find it.
And it's so not hard to find.
But no, everybody's got something else, something better to do. You know what I mean?
I don't even know if it's that they have something better to do as much as there's just like literally no ounce of curiosity to know the truth or to question anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, oh, I'd rather be on TikTok. It's like that light bulb is not on in there to like think, really.
Well,
to just think.
People are so stuck in their ideologies, right? Their tribe is more important. The tribe think. If you step out of line, you're no longer part of my tribe. So that's so strong. And it goes both, again, left and right. If you're on the left and you say anything about like being pro-gun, for instance, you're automatically out of the tribe. Now you're an alt-right individual because you don't think that gun control is a good idea. Or if you're on the right and you say something like, oh, I don't know, Black Lives Matter, right? And then people are automatically like, you're no longer part of the right now. Now you're a extreme leftist or whatever the case is. And nobody's able to like, there's no nuance anymore because you're either on one side or the other.
And it is scary too, the way things are now, to think and to question something and to maybe not stand just on one side or the other and kind of be somewhere in the middle. You know, you get painted as like crazy or like an extremist or any of the terrorist.
Yeah, you're a domestic terrorist.
Yeah,
now.
like come on. It's like people don't want to be labeled in a way that they find aggressive or whatever, you know. So they're like, I'm just gonna sit here and, you know, live my life and not question it or Google it or whatever the case.
It's only the people who are like super dug in on either side that are like that, though. You know, you'll see, like I watch videos a lot where it's like people going to like a protest, for instance. Like I saw one, who was it? It was Caitlin Bennett. You guys know Caitlin Bennett? The Kent State gun girl.
Oh, I do think I know, because she came here recently, right?
Liberty Hangout. Yeah, she goes to UCF.
I remember it was like
But anyway, so I was watching one of her videos, and she goes to one of these protests, and it was like a left-wing protest. I don't remember what protest was about or whatever the case is, but she was wearing a MAGA hat or a shirt or something like this, and the dude comes up, right, this lefty kid, and he's just like, you're a racist. And she's like, why do you say that? And he goes, do you support Donald Trump? And she's like, yes. And he's like, you're a racist. And she's like, well, give me proof. And he has nothing other than you voted for Donald Trump, and apparently he's a racist, so since you voted for him, you're a racist. And then she flipped the table and she's like, did you vote for Biden? He's like, yes. And she's like, you're a pedophile. And he's just like dumbfounded.
Oh, well, and also you're a racist.
No, his response was, no, I'm not. And it's like,
I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever sticks.
It's like,
whatever the thing is.
But it's both of them, you know, like, and I know
but Joe Biden is a racist, so.
Yeah. Well, he is. He's absolutely racist.
He actually is.
Yeah, he called black people super predators, and he was one of the creators of the '94 crime bill, which locked up way more black people than anything else. So.
People just actually don't use their brains.
And if you can't figure out if you're voting for me or Trump, you ain't black.
Right?
Let's go, Brandon.
Oh no! Oh, I got a new soundbite for the board. We got to put on the one where he calls Deuce. He calls him a stupid son of a bitch.
Oh,
you gotta put that one on there.
that is so funny.
Yeah, what a.
But
dumbass.
I mean, it's just so frustrating. Like if somebody else would have said that, how outraged would people be?
Yeah.
You know. But for him, it's kind of like.
Well, people say that. They're like, well, Trump, you know, he talked so much shit about the media. And it's like, yeah, he did. But that was his brand. Like, that's why he got elected, because he was outspoken about how corrupt everybody was and how the media was full of shit and all these things. So that was his brand. That's on brand for Trump to come out and say, you stupid son of a bitch, right? But Biden
he's
is
not going to
supposed
just
to be...
mumble it either. He's
Right.
going to say it loud and proud if he wants
Biden's
to.
brand is apparent. Now, this is not really his brand, but what the new brand, right, that they've... What we were sold was unity and like getting over this tribalism and blah, 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 blah. Yet you're just going to call a dude stupid son of a bitch when he asks you about inflation in a meeting that has to do with economics.
Or when the lady asked about pulling out of the Middle East, and he's like, you know, you can't ask unless you stand in front of my car while I floor it.
What?
Yeah. You haven't seen that?
No.
Oh my gosh, it's so... I mean, funny, but not funny.
These people are insane, man.
And then he drives off, right?
Did you guys see Whoopi Goldberg's thing?
Oh, yeah.
She's still alive?
Yeah. So Whoopi
She got
Goldberg,
suspended.
she said that the Holocaust wasn't
A racial
a
thing.
race thing. It was a white people against white people thing.
No, I don't think that's what she said.
That wasn't the exact quote, but she said that it was white. It was basically like white on white thing, because she was basically saying that the Nazis were white and so were the Jews. So it wasn't like a racial thing. And they,
How?
because she's
How
stupid.
is she allowed
She said
to
it
be
is
on
not
TV?
about
Well, she got
race, but
suspended
about
for
a
2
man's inhumanity to man. I don't. That's in quotes, so I think
There's more though.
maybe there's.
She
more.
went on for
She
like-
probably didn't put that in her apology.
No, she went on for like 5 minutes about it.
Should've
She even
said it's
doubled down
about
on her a couple
both.
times when she was being pushed back by the other chicks on The View. Like, she just kept doubling down and
I
doubling
can't
down.
believe that show's even still on, honestly.
But here's the thing, right? So she puts out this apology and she's like, oh, I didn't mean that. And like words matter and blah, 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 blah. But it's like, listen, I don't think anybody should be canceled, period. Unless you're like outright.
Yeah, I mean, everybody makes mistakes, says something.
I say the crazy shit. But
comes out they didn't mean how they mean it.
I don't think anybody should be canceled unless you're outright calling for somebody to be hurt or something like that, right? Like if it's an illegal thing, sure. But if you're just like saying something that's controversial or crazy or whatever, you shouldn't be canceled. The problem is people like Whoopi Goldberg, who has literally called for banning people.
She should be canceled because that's what she
I
believes
agree.
in.
And again, I don't think that she should actually be canceled because I don't believe in that kind of thing. But if you're going to be on a platform like The View, if you're Whoopi Goldberg, you have a huge following, and you're out there for years saying that person should be canceled, that person should be canceled because they said something that doesn't agree with my tribe, right? And if she's out there calling for people to get canceled, cancel her ass for saying that, not just give her a 2-week suspension.
Right.
That's fair. And again, I'm not about it, but you know, if you're going to be the one making the rules of who gets canceled,
I mean, I don't know. I'm going to hold off on saying what I want to say.
It's a double standard.
It is a double standard.
The left are going to eat themselves, and so are the right, but the left are going to eat themselves way quicker. Yeah. Way quicker. It's going to happen real soon.
It's just like I've seen people canceled for way less. You know what I mean? Like random, but the host of The Bachelor, he like, I don't even remember what he did, but he didn't stick up for some black girl that was part of the franchise. Something, I don't remember. Maybe he said something wrong, but it wasn't like meant like that. Whatever the case, I don't know. I mean, literally, he's been the host of that show for like 24 years. Done. Like, no career anymore. And
that's stupid.
It's just like, yeah.
What is
double
this?
standards.
Oh, is this the...
Turn it up. Yeah, play it.
Here we go.
Ready?
Mr. President, can I ask you a quick question on Israel before you drive
No,
away
you
since it's so
can't.
important?
Not unless you get in front of the car as I step on it.
Wait, watch him speed off, too. Bye.
This guy's lost his marbles, dude.
Everyone's like, yeah, oh, yeah.
Like, it's funny. Like, he just joked about running somebody over. Ha ha ha, so funny.
Hey, honestly, I think that was a funny joke.
The story. White liberals are the most racist people.
The end.
Much of the audience. We don't back down.
It is what it is. Sorry. Call him like I'm seeing him, bro. It's just a fact of the matter. What time is it? 8:43?
Bedtime.
Don't tell people what time we record.
We're live on Discord right now. People can see that. Nobody's there. Nobody's even watching us live on Discord. Well, maybe
Where
they
are
are.
all the
I don't know.
people
I can't see
at?
if there's anybody watching. Just nobody's commenting. So what can you do? But yeah, agent provocateurs, racist left. What else?
I don't know. I've been so, like, out of...
Oh,
Interdimensional vampires.
so I'm in the process
Lizard
of
people?
converting one of the dudes on Infinite Rabbit Hole, Jake. Shout out to Jake. He won't listen to this because he's never listened to a single episode of this. But Jeremy will listen to this. Hey, Jeremy. So last night we were recording and we were talking about our topic for Infinite Rabbit Hole, and Jake, you know, we're talking about space and aliens and these kinds of things. And so I had to break it down to Jake. I was like, Jake, you know, this article you sent. So he's like, yeah, it's got pictures of Venus and stuff, right? Like they sent Pearl just pictures. And I'm like, okay, let me look. So I'm looking right under every picture. It says this is not an actual picture. This is
my gosh.
an image created using data. It's artist rendition, blah, blah, blah. So I tell Jake this. I'm like, yo, these pictures aren't actually pictures of Venus. It's just an artist rendition. So he's like, and then we keep talking about our topic for like 30, 45 minutes. And then we had like final thoughts at the end of the episode. And Jeremy asks him, what's your final thoughts, man? And he's still stuck on that. He's like, well, I just found out that every single picture from space isn't even a picture. He's like, I'm throwing away my mouse pad. Like,
Oh my gosh.
So I'm like,
that's
dude,
hilarious.
welcome to the dark side, dude. Once you realize things like this, things change for you. Now, yes, space could still be real, but none of the pictures you've ever seen of space are actually real. So sit on that for a while. Think about it.
I guess we need to have another episode on this because now I got questions. I mean, I already knew that, but then I'm like, what about the people who have their own telescopes and they can see like...
You see blobs. You see...
I've seen people that have like really good telescopes that have taken pictures like, what was it? Jupiter and Saturn?
All you can see...
Is that what it was that were like lined up recently?
All you can see
they
is...
could see really good unless that was
lights,
fake. But
you can see lights and you can kind of see what looks like what the ring would be around Saturn. Mm-hmm. But you don't know what that is.
the pictures that I saw inside people's telescopes looked just like...
They looked like the thing that the experts told you it looks like.
Yeah.
But if the experts never told you what it looks like and you looked at those amateur, pictures from telescopes, you'd be like, what is this? You'd have no idea. The only reason that it looks like what you think is because you have a preconceived notion of what it's supposed to look like. So you see that light with the line going through it, and you're like, that's Saturn with the rings going around it. And it's like, or is it? See what I'm saying?
Yes. Don't know.
See what I'm saying? But, just saying. That was a little sidetrack off everything.
Yeah.
Space is fake. I'm actually going to be doing a Dinosaurs Are Fake episode on Infinite Rabbit Hole in the next couple
cool.
weeks or something. And then we're going to do Space is Fake at some point.
You guys should check out the real, I think it's True Size, thetruesize.com. It's all the true sizes of all of the continents they're just so not what it shows on a map.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or on an atlas or whatever. The size of the continents are not even.
That's something I would love to
Not
talk
even
about
close.
again, like the flat Earth thing, because I wasn't on that episode, was I?
Mm-mm.
But the whole plane traveling thing, how it works, makes more sense. The routes they take on like a flat Earth map.
Yeah, where
Then
they're
on
like,
a
oh, let's go
globe.
from Argentina to South
I'll
Africa.
debunk the whole thing.
That
Let's
was
do
what
it.
got me. That was honestly the one thing that I was like,
Yeah, that's one of the...
why would we go that way?
I've talked to so many pilots, I can explain it. We'll do an episode on it.
For
You can't explain
okay.
it.
I can explain it.
You
Okay.
can't explain it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So I think...
Next episode.
No. Next time we do fly, we got to get David Weiss back on again.
No.
Why not?
Because
The guy's a legend.
you can't have as much of a conversation,
Sure
don't
you
you
can.
think?
We've already done one with him just like giving us the spiel, so we get him
Right.
back again and be like, listen, here's the deal. We're just going
Okay.
to talk some shit and hit us with some facts here and there. And
Yeah, if he's like more open to that kind of style, then
I'll
yeah.
make him. Or we'll just boot him.
Just make
Boot him off right
do
there.
what we want.
Yeah, dude. Could look, man. Whatever. I don't know. Space is fake. That's all I know. I don't know if it's flat. I don't know if it's round. It could be a donut. It could be like a Mobius strip Earth. For all I know, it's just space isn't what we're told.
Yeah.
Period.
Hey.
Can't change my mind. And dinosaurs aren't real. Sorry. You're gonna have to break that to.
Do you believe in dinosaurs?
Not all of them. Not all of them.
You guys know about the Great Bone Wars?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. So
We'll
okay,
talk about. No, we got to save this for another.
We gotta
episode.
save it.
We got to save it.
How long have we been recording?
About an hour.
About an hour or an hour?
A little over an hour.
Well, you're lucky the kid's out here because I was about to just drop the hammer on this.
Cue the toddler.
The movie's over. Uh-oh. That's
That means it's
funny.
bedtime.
Well, I guess we're done. Plug things. Website, shadowbandpodcast.com. Buy shirts, buy hats. I'm actually going to pull all of our merch. Well, maybe not all of it. There's a few things I really like, so I'll leave a couple items. But if you go on the website now and you look through the merch, pick up what you want now because I'm going to be pulling all that off and making totally new shit, except for like one or two items are going to stay.
Yeah.
They're going to be the new 2022 Shadowband Podcast merchandise line.
Fancy.
So if you want the limited edition 2021 stuff, you're going to have to get it now.
Yeah, we should start doing drops. Like limited time stuff.
Limited time, limited edition. We got Let's Go Brandon shirts. We got
And hats, I think, right? Or not
no,
anymore?
we have a hashtag FJB hat.
Oh, yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff on there. It's pretty cool. Patreon, go to Patreon. I haven't done much on Patreon, so I feel kind of like a dick. But also, there's people who donate to us with nothing in return. So
Yeah.
take what you can get, I guess. I'm gonna be working on more stuff for Patreon. I'm actually moving this weekend. I told you guys this. I'm moving this weekend, so I'll have better internet. The problem is this whole year I've been living in an RV. My internet is complete shit. So like I can't upload things from the RV. So I have to like send it to them. It takes 4 days for it to go to the drive. Then he's got to upload it. And it's just like becomes a pain in the ass. But as soon as I move this weekend, I'm going to get the Primo Supremo
Back in
internet.
business.
I'm getting 12G internet. Okay. And I'm like going to be uploading
Make sure you're
stuff.
wearing your tinfoil hat
I got
in
it.
your house.
I got it. Check out sparrowprotectionclothing.com to get your 5G protective clothing. That is not us, but not a sponsor either. Yet. It's good. That's good. That's it.
That's it.
Oh, follow us on TikTok. There's nothing there yet.
TikTok. What is it?
shadow_band_podcast.
You heard it here first.
Before we get banned for the third time. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, you were saying this. So after we get banned on this TikTok account, Creamer had a good idea. The next TikTok account, you, the listener, could be in charge. Okay? I don't know how we're going to do a raffle or I don't know what we're going to do, but somebody, one of the listeners, if you want to be in charge of our TikTok after this one gets banned, then we'll make that happen somehow. Maybe if you buy a shirt, you're in the raffle, and then we pull a name, and now you get to create the new TikTok because it's on your device and in a different email. So now you're responsible for running the shadow ban TikTok until you get banned, and then
And on to the next
on
one.
to the next. Also, leave 5-star reviews. We'll read it, even if it's shitty. Just put 5 stars, and
Yeah,
we'll read
at
it.
least do us that.
And shout out to Matt and Digital Assassin.
Don't say anything bad about me.
Well, now they're going to.
Those
all I
will
got.
not be read on.
That's all I
the
got,
podcast.
guys.